In the heart of the Middle East, a silent war has been raging for decades, with Iran, Israel, and the United States locked in a complex struggle for supremacy. The players in this game of geopolitical chess are numerous, and the stakes are high. But what's really going on behind the headlines? Let's dive into the hidden war that's shaping the future of the region. The Middle East has long been a powder keg of tensions, with ancient rivalries, sectarian divisions, and competing interests all vying for dominance. At the heart of this maelstrom are three key players: Iran, Israel, and the United States. Each has its own unique goals and motivations, and each is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve them. For Iran, the goal is to become the dominant power in the region, using its vast oil reserves and strategic location to spread its influence. For Israel, the goal is survival, ensuring the security of the Jewish state in a sea of hostile neighbors. And for the United States, the goal is to maintain its position as the world's preeminent power, using its military and economic might to shape the region in its image. One of the key fronts in this hidden war is the conflict between Iran and Israel. For decades, the two nations have been locked in a bitter struggle, with Iran providing support to militant groups like Hezbollah and Hamas, and Israel responding with military strikes and covert operations. But this conflict is about more than just security, it's also about influence and prestige. Iran sees itself as the leader of the Muslim world, and it's determined to challenge Israel's position as the dominant power in the region. Israel, on the other hand, is determined to maintain its edge, using its advanced military and high-tech economy to stay ahead of the game. The United States is also a major player in this conflict, providing military and economic support to Israel while also seeking to contain Iran's growing influence. But the US has its own interests in the region, from securing oil supplies to combating terrorism, and it's willing to do whatever it takes to achieve them. This has led to a complex web of alliances and rivalries, with the US sometimes finding itself at odds with its own allies. The situation is further complicated by the role of other regional players, like Saudi Arabia and Turkey, each with their own agendas and motivations. As the conflict between Iran and Israel continues to simmer, the US has found itself drawn into the fray. The Trump administration's decision to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal, for example, was a major blow to Tehran's hopes of rejoining the international community. And the subsequent imposition of sanctions has had a devastating impact on the Iranian economy. But Iran is not one to back down from a fight, and it's responded with a series of provocative moves, from seizing oil tankers to launching cyber attacks on US targets. The US, in turn, has responded with its own show of force, from deploying troops to the region to conducting airstrikes on Iranian-backed militias. The conflict between Iran, Israel, and the US is not just about military might, it's also about soft power and influence. Each side is seeking to win the hearts and minds of the region's population, using a combination of propaganda, diplomacy, and economic incentives to achieve its goals. Iran, for example, has been seeking to build alliances with other Muslim-majority countries, using its extensive network of mosques and cultural centers to spread its message. Israel, on the other hand, has been seeking to build ties with other nations, using its advanced technology and thriving economy to attract investment and support. And the US has been seeking to promote its own brand of democracy and freedom, using its extensive network of NGOs and cultural institutions to spread its influence. If you've made it this far, then you're probably starting to get a sense of just how complex and multifaceted this conflict really is. And that's why it's so important to stay informed, to stay up to date on the latest developments and to think critically about the information you're being given. So be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and consider supporting us on Patreon if you want to help us keep producing high-quality videos like this one. As we can see, the hidden war between Iran, Israel, and the US is a complex and multifaceted conflict, with each side seeking to achieve its own unique goals and motivations. But what's at stake is more than just regional supremacy, it's the future of the Middle East itself. The region is a powder keg of tensions, with ancient rivalries, sectarian divisions, and competing interests all vying for dominance. And the outcome of this conflict will have far-reaching consequences, not just for the region, but for the world. So what can we expect in the months and years to come? Will the conflict between Iran and Israel continue to escalate, or will the two sides find a way to negotiate a peace? And what role will the US play in the region, as it seeks to balance its own interests with the need to maintain stability and security? These are just a few of the questions that we'll be exploring in future videos, so be sure to stay tuned for more analysis and commentary on this developing story. The hidden war between Iran, Israel, and the US is a story that's still unfolding, with new developments and plot twists emerging every day. But one thing is clear, the stakes are high, and the outcome will have far-reaching consequences for the region and the world. So let's keep a close eye on this story, and let's work together to build a more informed and engaged community of citizens who are passionate about understanding the world around them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.